This video highlights the 1971 NFL season, and it shows what the game used to be like back in the day. Along with exciting running and passing plays, there's textbook tackling, oddities, old stadiums, and plenty of rough stuff. Please subscribe and click the notification buttons if you enjoy it. It's amazing how fingers can slip through face masks and accidentally connect with eyes. Archie Manning left the game for the remainder of the half due to this reckless play. Number 14, Ed Hargett hit Dan Abramowitz with a touchdown pass. Dan was a 17th round draft pick who had caught more passes in the past 4 seasons as anyone else in pro football. Is there any wonder why Archie never had a winning season with the Saints? With this offensive line? Dick Butkus simply took over and dominated this game. Here's number 44, Gary Lyle, hops onto a teammate's back and tries to block this kick. It's been illegal for quite a while. Why? Well, it's quite simple. They always want more scoring. Nothing for the defense. Calvin Hill was too hard to handle now. Brian Tarkenton had a day to forget against the Redskins. Here he caused a skirmish by hitting Verlin Biggs with the football. I guess he misconstrued what Verlin was doing. It didn't look like anything to be so upset about. Fran was pulled from the game, and Randy Johnson didn't fare much better. What was the point of keeping those band members out there anyway? College quarterback at Florida, the Falcons signed Harmon Wages, number 5, as an undrafted free agent. In a 1969 game, he rushed, received, and passed for a touchdown. Bob Berry hit Ken Burrow, not to be confused with the Oilers wide receiver with the different spelling of the last name, twice for touchdowns in this game. Check this out. There's a car on the playing field, a Braves batting cage, there's a band, there's some stray boxes littered around. Stick around after the game, folks, because we're going to have a rummage sale. Patriots unveiled a new home stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts after playing in inadequate Harvard Stadium. They also had a new name for 1971. The New England Patriots, after being named the Boston Patriots. This was Jim Plunkett's first regular season NFL game. This happy face sticker belongs to .5 10" 180-pound John Outlaw, number 44. Back pedals from 6 5" 255-pound Gene Upshaw. I don't blame him. I guess this is what the gals wore to San Diego Stadium back in the day. And Chargers head coach Sid Gillum approves. Mad Bomber hits on a 13-yard scoring strike to Fred Biletnikoff. It was a second scoring strike to Fred Biletnikoff, this time from 36 yards. Colts' tough defense only allowed 118 yards of offense to the Jets in Week 1. Here's why. I don't think anyone touched Norm Bulash on his 67-yard touchdown run. He rushed for a Colts single-game record of 198 yards. O.J. Simpson ran only 9 times for 82 yards in Week 2 versus the Dolphins. Here's 22 of them. Bob Greasy and Jim Kick hooked up on a nice 28-yarder. Glenn Dawson and Otis Taylor connected on this 44-yard pass play in Week 2 against the Chargers. And John Hadel countered with a 37-yard touchdown pass to Jerry Levias. Adeline Billy Kilmer's pass to Jerry Smith landed well out of the end zone, although that was a great effort by Smith, who incidentally belongs in the Hall of Fame. His 60 receiving touchdowns as a tight end was a record that stood for 27 years until Shannon Sharpe broke it, playing in a lot more games. He and Redskins teammate Hall of Fame wide receiver Charlie Taylor were teammates at Arizona State. In 1971, the NFL instituted a new rule. Missed field goals could be returned. Packers' Ken Ellis does just that. He goes the entire distance, 100 yards. Patriots running back number 30 is Carl Garrett, Mike's brother. He was a Pro Bowl player in 1969, his rookie season, and in 1971 he rushed for 784 yards, which was good for 5th best in the AFC. was an extremely well-executed screen pass by Greg Landry to former Heisman Trophy winner Steve Owens. It's good for a 74-yard touchdown. Broncos quarterback Don Horn has no chin strap. Why didn't Don Horn have a chin strap? With Bart Starr nursing an injury, the Packers utilized 3 quarterbacks in Week 2 due to ineffectiveness. They combined for 5 of 19 passing for 101 yards and 3 interceptions. Fortunately, they had John Brockington. Here's the one play of glory for Packers quarterbacks in Week 2. Frank Patrick's statistics for 1971, 1 of 5 for 39 yards, and this interception. Rams placeholder Jerry Rome threw this touchdown pass on a fake field goal attempt to tight end Bob Klein. For 33, Willie Ellison burned 51 yards down the sideline for a touchdown and finished 1971 with an even 1,000 yards rushing. Bengals number 20, Lamar Parrish, picks Preston Pearson's pocket for 6 big ones. Bengals number 34, Neil Craig, tackles Staggers in the back of the end zone. Oh well, better late than never. L. Nelson topped Ken Ellis's 100-yard missed field goal return for a touchdown by traversing 101 yards. Second-year man and future Hall of Famer Cliff Harris used to return kicks and punts. In 1971, he returned kicks to the tune of an excellent 28.4 average. Dwight Harrison, number 82, was a wide receiver in his 1971 rookie season. This was one of the 2 touchdowns he caught that year. In 1973, he was converted to a defensive back and picked off 19 passes through 1980. Number 84, Rich Houston, had a huge day in Week 1 by snaring 6 passes for 151 yards and 3 touchdowns. Doug Hart picked off this Fran Tarkington pass, and former Packer Bob Hyland crashed into Packers head coach Dan Devine and broke his leg. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like, subscribe, and notification buttons. Thanks for watching.